Well, hello there. Let us see. Ah, good. So, I was looking at survival, and there's this knife, which you can get at 150 skill. That is 16.5 DPS, level 26 requirement, plus 6 attack power, increased daggers plus 1. What is the equivalent over on blacksmithing? Like, are there knives I get later that are better than that in blacksmithing? I don't think so. I think that certainly, I mean, no one's going to fix this now. I think certainly it's the case that this was overtuned. To say the least, it was overtuned. And, well, I mean to take advantage of that. So, I mean, a 1.3 speed dagger as you're going into assassination is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Was this the correct... Whoops. Moss agate, yeah. I got it correct. Great. So all I need is coarse gridded paper. So I was gonna level a jewel crafter to get the coarse gridded paper. Or let's just check the auction house. If they're reasonably priced, I'll pick them up. A few silver would make sense. Nope, they are not reasonably priced in the least. What the shit? What the shit? Holy crap. You've got to be kidding me. All right, don't buy anything on the auction house. Project Ascension is next. Well, let's see what happens. But yeah, I wouldn't hold out much hope. I've noticed a massive influx into Cappy WoW, probably as a direct result of Ascension getting the good old Rico court treatment. Yet again, Blizzard choosing violence when they could be choosing to gather a bigger audience for whatever Classic Plus they get later on down the line. But whatever. Hey, Kissif, how you doing? It's shocking to me that they don't seem to understand how bad it is to... I mean, they should already know from Nostalrius. The fallout from Nostalrius was horrendous for them. Like, there were mass protests, people were canceling subscriptions left and right. And overall, players went way down on retail when they did that. So my question is kind of like, they must have some information that, like, these people are not not going to be going to retail or something like that. Like, they must know that it's safe to screw these people over, or they wouldn't be doing it. Or maybe I'm giving them way too much credit. I probably am giving them way too much credit. They probably don't care. Oh well, whatever. Gobbo Rogue on a half shell Cappy power. Yes. New stream, and you got the Unicode? Unicode. Oh, yes, I did get the Unicode. Now I can read Chinese characters. I can see all the Chinese spam. But I can't read it because I'm not using WoW Translate. I kind of want to learn Chinese. I mean, I desperately want to learn Chinese. I just know that I'm bad at it, but maybe I can force it because I have an actual use for it on a daily basis. Though I think I would only be learning to read and write Chinese, and then I wouldn't necessarily be able to speak it, which would be funny in its own way. I think once you learn to read and write, maybe learning the rest becomes easier. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send some materials. Oh, wait. I just realized something. I need to run a second copy of WoW then. That's what I'm going to do. We might switch to my Paladin is what I'm thinking. Let me think. Project Ascension servers are based in Russia, so we'll see. But are they really? Because if you look at the lawsuit for Ascension, everyone they named was in the US. it was surprising to say the least. I don't know what they were thinking. If you are running a private server and you live in the US and you've made a significant amount of money from your private server, leave the US. Get the F out of there. What are you thinking? like you're gonna get shut down. Like once they'll figure out your name. All it takes is one person tangentially who knows about you and doesn't like you, and you're cooked. So just either don't get involved at all or make sure that you're untouchable in some fashion. And the Ascension people did neither. They did neither of those things. All right. I have to remember my password. I can't remember my password. Shit. New account, so I haven't memorized anything yet. Yes. So one problem that I've had with Cappy is because of the influx of people from fleeing other servers, I've been unable to play because there's a queue that's like an hour long. Right now, I think everyone in China is at work, or the majority of the Southeast Asia players are at work, so we're good for the time being. All right, so the character's name is Dolgra the Paladin. So let's friend her first. You guys don't mind if I swap to a Paladin, do you? What is it with me and D names? All right. Presumably, is it? I think it's linen and rough stone. I think. What do we got here for course? Second. All right. We'll hold on to the rest of this. You want the Paladin? All right. We're going to swap. One moment. I don't want to swap this window, though. Hold on, I have to figure it out in OBS. Just a moment. Can I swap back and forth? I might be able to. Well, what'll end up happening is this will get logged out anyways, because we're not going to help with this one. So I guess what we'll do is... if I exit this, what happens? Let's see what OBS does. I'm curious. Oh. Nice. Well, that was perfect. And does it have the audio for it? It does indeed. All right. We're all good. Welcome. This is Dolgra, the Paladin. I've been leveling her through the starter zone, and I've gotten to here. I think we're going to make our way into the city. Let me see what quests I have at the moment. Boar meat, bear fur, Wendigo mane. Rumble shots ammo. Camped near the Grizzled Den. Grizzled Den is over here, I think. Let's go. Let's do this quest. So Dolgra has Holy Strike. Okay. I'm just trying to remember my combo. Okay, got it. No problem. Easy peasy. Dave Olgra. Olgra, Dave's daughter. What? Dave's daughter. I can't get her to play. I tried. I really did. I think she'd be I think she'd actually enjoy WoW, but she's just too much of a Roblox head, so it's impossible. They spent all that time making their private servers just for Daddy Blizzard to lay down the law. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I've still got that outstanding offer. Like, if they want their own IP to make their own thing, I'm more than willing to help. It's just a very hard sell to people who are WoW addicts, I guess. Oh, I didn't realize I was that close to leveling already. All right, well, level 7 doesn't matter, so. By the way, I got this cursed shin bone from the trolls. So apparently this, I don't remember this from Classic, so I don't know if that's like some new stuff that Turtle WoW shoved in at the last moment to sort of bolster the early items, or if that's an old one that I just never ran into before. Kids these days have one itis. They sadly only play one game. Well, I mean, Roblox is a... I wouldn't say it's just one game. It's more like... Do I not have this? Okay, I do. Error. Alright. Okay, I see the problem. Sorry, I'm distracted. Hopefully I don't die here. This would be my first death on this character, being a paladin and all. It would be an embarrassment to die. Being a paladin. You should never die as a paladin. That's just... that would just be silly. Alright. Roblox has a variety of games, and their games are actually getting better all the time. I don't know if you've seen some of the latest games that are available in Roblox, but they're actually quite high quality. And their tools are getting a little bit better. You still have to know Lua is the only issue. But I guess that's not an issue for people who are smarter than me. If you're like a Warcraft 3 editor aficionado who got into Lua, you might have a great time making Roblox stuff, and it can be quite lucrative. And they just shifted the payments in terms of like they're actually rewarding older developers more. So if you're like above 20 something, I think you get a bigger percentage because they're trying to incentivize game developers to make stuff for Roblox. Christian Bone is not in the original? Oh, okay. So it is a Turtle WoW exclusive. Good on them. It was nice, a nice pickup for me. I was like, oh, a green. And then it dropped immediately again. So I don't know what that was about, but it was interesting. Some playlist of popular games. They even have their own version of Trouble in Terrorist Town. Yeah, a lot of them are clones of existing games, but some of them are quite unique. Which I found quite interesting. Some of the games my daughter plays. So I haven't paid too much attention to them. Because I find the Roblox ecosystem annoying, and her friends on there... I guess when someone's dad gets online, there's an immediate curiosity. So... I was gonna play the rogue, but I want to get a dagger for my rogue. Also, I have a friend who's trying to catch up to my rogue, so I'm kind of easing off the gas pedal on Krizix, while Dolgra gets jewel crafting up a little bit so that I can get certain things going for the rogue. So I'm building Dolgra as an enchanter and a jewel crafter. Will be funded with materials from Krizix. And so I have to get her to level 20 to really be useful. She does not have slow and steady on, so I figured paladins really get going around level 25-ish. So after that, it'll be easy to keep up. And yeah, I mean, we'll just see how it goes, I guess. Why did I come into this cave? Okay, that's done. It's the ammo. I A crate. I'm looking for a crate. Oh no, it's outside, isn't it? It's like Mario Party with a minigame creator. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I would say. All right, well, can't seem to get the aggro off me. Welcome to the party, Dave. This is what I observed with my nephew. He doesn't mind if he watches his dad or me play games, but he only plays Roblox. Used to be Minecraft and Hello Neighbor, but those are boring now, so only Roblox. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a Hello Neighbor in Roblox, so I guess why would you play Hello Neighbor when you can play Hello Neighbor in Roblox with all your friends all there and swap to other games when you get bored? That seems to be the draw. It really is more of a game platform. Why did I think... Alright, I'm pretty sure the ammo's outside. Let's get out of here. I don't think it's in here. Wait, where is it? Oh, there's a battered chest. My treasure senses are tingling. I forgot that dwarves have this. Yes, I'm going for the chest. Of course I am. Can't leave that. Yeah. Welcome back to YouTube. Thank you, Tara. Taurus Franco. We'll see how much time I have. Kids will get off school in about an hour and a half. And then yeah. Then who knows? Journeyman's Stab, held in offhand. 7 is better than 5. Alright. I just want to make sure that there's no, that the thing I want is not in here. I'm pretty sure it's not. But no harm in looking around and getting some XP while we're in here. You made the mistake of making a popular comment on YouTube, and now your feed is just upvotes on Gordon Ramsay. Is it the Asiago cheese, grilled cheese, where he burned the shit out of the bread? Because that's fucking legend. That video is legend. That guy's named. And level 9. Oh, he's rare. He's gonna want me, isn't he? Alright, let's try. If anyone can do it, a paladin can, right? I'll use my racial just in case. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, I crit. Nice. Let's just eat some of that. What did I get? Bloodstained knife, a dagger. The one thing I can't use. Is it like unique? Oh shit, it's badass. Well, guess who's getting that? That's going straight to Krizix, because it's not soulbound. Paladin. It's the stupid scrambled eggs he made with more butter than eggs. Oh, the French style one where he like whisked them. Yeah. It's funny that I know all the Gordon Ramsay videos. I guess whenever I'm hungry, I start looking. I start looking at them. Another battered chest. Wow, it's my day. The last stream was a food stream. You ordered delivery, which I really enjoyed. Any chance of a booze stream for birthday where you get really drunk and tell us the dark secrets of Warcraft? I think I've already done that, haven't I? Here's the thing. I'm old. I'm old, and the hangovers are really not worth it anymore. I certainly would consider a drunk stream. I can't believe that's better. All right, well, whatever. This is also better. Anyways, so I mean, I might consider a drinking stream, but I have to be very careful. Actually, I heard about this product called Z-Biotic. I just can't get it in Thailand, and I'm looking at a way to get it, but basically it prevents the hangover by like just stopping the process that creates the acetyl the bad chemical that gives you the hangover. It stops that somehow. So I'm very curious to try that. I'm hoping it's not bullshit. It probably is. You got Gordon Ramsay streaming on your Roku TV every night. He is an entertaining guy, I will say. I don't necessarily think he's the best chef. I think that cheese video, that grilled cheese video he did really ruined it for me. Like, if you fuck up grilled cheese, like, there's something fundamentally wrong. It's hard to call someone a master chef if they fuck up grilled cheese that badly. Like who burns the bread and then has just 2 blocks of inedible hard cheese in the middle of a grilled cheese sandwich? Who thought that was a good idea? Why did he release that video? It was almost like it was for the memes more than anything else. If so, brilliant marketing strategy, I suppose. But good lord, did it hurt hurt his reputation, at least for me personally, as a actual chef. I don't know. Acetaldehyde? He spent more time making fancy shit. He forgot how to make a grilled cheese. That seems to be the case. Because he thought, oh, I'll just use the fanciest cheese and whatever. And he's like, let's throw some Asiago on there. And I'm like, Asiago? That's like practically Parmesan. Like, you wouldn't throw a block of Parmesan on there. Like, I don't understand how he didn't think that through. Like, you know, maybe if you grated it or used it as the outside, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. Just the most bizarre video. The one time you show up in the stream, he's not even playing OSRS. What? Okay, I got the I got RuneLight working, and I was playing yesterday, and I still wasn't able to edit the keys the way that I wanted. It was still like restricted to the F keys, which was not great for my wrist. Uh-oh. So, I mean, I will play more, but I think what I've decided to do with RuneScape is to do the leveling of my blacksmithing on my own first. And then when I've got the last plate piece, I'm up to 16 on blacksmithing. When I've got the last plate piece, then I'll play for you guys. Because right now it's literally just me going back and forth between the mining area. I did try some of the quests, and I think, as I think it was Scott who pointed it out to me, the quests are actually the better part of the game. So I will do more questing once I've got that full set of plate. I already died to a level 9 wizard, though. And I'm wondering, like, I guess wizards are the counters to plate. Or at least that's what it felt like. Formaldehyde? I don't think it makes formaldehyde in your stomach. That wouldn't make much sense. Patchwork. Collected. All right, I don't have copper mining. You watched the VOD? It was funny seeing Dave learn the archaic design of Tutorial Island. It's an old school RuneScape for sure. It's the interface issues are kind of what threw me off. But I guess it was a browser game originally, so it makes sense that it would have all these kind of weird ancient designs built into it. I mean, that's before we even had like a job solely devoted to user interface design and user experience. Back when the game designer just did everything. I didn't look at the credits yet, but I probably should, because I imagine it's a very small list. The quests are fun. That's worth trying out. The free-to-play quests are iconic. Well, they're also seemingly well-written in a sort of comedic, almost adventure game style, which I really appreciate. Like, I've missed that style of writing in my games. This sort of tongue-in-cheek humor. Like, a lot of games either take themselves too seriously or they're so goofy they're intolerable. Or they don't understand humor, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I don't understand modern humor. It's hard to tell these days. Maybe you're just old, Dave. It's quite plausible. There we go. RuneScape is unapologetically British. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I suppose that's why it reminded me of those old school adventure games. But also, it's just well written, so... There are poorly written British games. Like, well, I mean, we'll see. I watched that trailer for the new Fable. I am, cautiously optimistic, but I can also tell... Watch that video without... and ignore all the narrative given by the narrator explaining what's happening in the background, and see if it makes sense to you then. Because I can see some problems, let's say. So I need... Okay, boar and bear. Well, there's bears. There's boars everywhere. Let's kill some of these. I may as well complete the quests. We're gonna need to anyways. Anything by the Chinese room is poorly written. What's that? Oh, Richard Garriott? Yeah. He's an interesting figure in the game industry. Riot is absolutely an American thing, so... I mean, Riot is an American company, yes. But it's now owned by Tencent, so... It's been owned by Tencent for the better part of a decade, I would say. If not more. I'm trying to remember when that happened. It's all blurring together now. Especially these past years. Well, he keeps making MMORPGs that don't go anywhere. Like Tabula Rasa. Did anyone play Tabula Rasa? I didn't get a chance. But it didn't seem particularly compelling to me. I'm wondering if it was just me. Oh, that is not might. How long did I not have might for? It's a 10-minute spell. I keep forgetting that. Are there unwritten general codes of game design that outline effective but prohibited or despised techniques for attracting and retaining players, such as those used in Stellar Blade? No. The thing is, like, the ethical and moral guidelines of any individual designer and company can vary dramatically. So, I would say that when it comes to like mobile games, for example, you'll see a lot more degeneracy. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. The recent example I showed was in the Invincible Global Defenders or whatever it is like, woo, egregiously monetized. And the systems there are clearly for monetizing whales. Like they have you can have infinite levels on your characters, which is just insane. Like there's no end game to that. It's literally just go on forever. It's an infinite treadmill of spending. And like of all the AFK Arena clones that I've played so far, it is the worst in that regard. Like I've never seen anything that bad before in my life. But I'm not playing all the AFK Arena clones. For all I know, this is now standard. Like that could be the standard issue. This is what we do. And that would make me sad, but I wouldn't be surprised either. If you really want to try a left field browser MMO, try Sherwood Dungeon. It was an Adobe Shockwave 3D game. Shockwave? Holy crap, I haven't heard that name in a while. Okay. It has mocapped combat animations? What? Like Mortal Kombat style, I imagine? Chinese Room did Dear Esther, Machine for Pigs, That Rapture game, and VTN. Oh, they do walking simulators. I actually liked Dear Esther. I haven't played Machine for Pigs, but I want to play it at some point. Just need one more boar meat. You! You're a pig. Nope. Son of a gun. I think there's pigs along the way. We'll pick it up. They like to hang out on the edge. It's weird. Can I even reach this guy? Or is this going to be me falling to my death? You only played Soma? Solid game? Yeah, I also have Soma on my list. The problem with horror games is I really have to be in the mood. I think I even said, like, I was going to play a bunch of them for Halloween, but that, you know, these games take hours and hours to play. I can realistically only play one of them. So I think I'd have to do, like, a Halloween's coming. This is the month where we play all these games. Maybe I can do that. Because I worked on Silent Hill Homecoming, which was originally Silent Hill 5, but then Konami didn't want it to be 5, or someone at Konami didn't want it to be 5. Long story. Alright, it's not going to give me this chunk of boar meat. This is like a standard drop from the boar. It's not a quest drop, so... Only played Dark Descent. I don't like games where you run away from monsters defenseless, but that game has a good story. Yeah. I think all of them are psychological. Hey! I think all of them are psychological horror-based games. So they're more focused on, like, keeping you in perpetual fear. But I too am not a big fan of, like, oh, I have to run away. I'm also not a fan of random deaths. Maybe horror games just aren't for me. Mechanics-wise.
Honored, I'm sure.
Deep Forge or the Great Forge. Perfect. What? Oh. One copper. Can probably actually sell that on the auction house, but...
Off and away.
That is an interesting voice acting for a gnome. System Shock 2 is great. Love that game. Yeah, that one you can fight your way through. So you never feel like totally defenseless. I would say Bioshock. Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite are probably among my favored quote-unquote horror games. Let's just sell this. All right, that's a quest item. That's a quest item. Don't sell that. That's for a quest. I actually do need to keep that. I should be drinking these when I need them. This I need to use. Sell that, sell that. Okay. Where is the quest turn-ins? Oh, Paladin trainer. Let's do that. A Chad chooses a simple base. Oops. Parry. Nice. Like I wasn't unkillable before. And Purify. Yeah, okay. Divine Protection, Hammer of Justice, Crusader Strike. Yeah. All good, all good. When do I get Lay on Hands? 10. Alright, that makes sense. So, Purify, I usually have it on 2. Is it 2-2 for Purify? I think it usually is. Because there's muscle memory involved in this. So it's good to have it where I remember it being. This is usually on 5. This is usually on 6 on the second shift. Crusader Strike, 35% weapon damage plus 31. I think. I think that's only if you're using like a two-hander, but we'll put it on the bar. Ah, yeah. Now I remember that one. Okay. So, let us send this to Krizix. The rest of these need to be turned in at various places. I just don't remember where. So, pilot. Steel Grills Depot. I think these are all at the place just up the road. Yeah. How goes the Goblin? Goblin's doing good. I've slowed down his leveling so that someone can, who wanted to play with me, can catch up. We'll see how that works out. I think they're currently like level 15, but my rogue is 29, so. Oh. But yeah, Krizix has cleared out almost all of the early quests in all of the early zones at this stage. There's just like a few more lingering in the Barrens that I need to shore up. So it's not terribly interesting because it's a lot of running back and forth. Brunel Village. That's Ironforge. Dunmorog. Bring Rumbleshot's ammo to Hegnar Rumbleshot in Dunmorog. He's been waiting on it. Off the road to Envilmere. Envilmar? Not here. Not Ironforge. Over here, maybe? Envilmar. Is that further up? I don't remember. I guess we'll have to explore. I know several people who would want to hear your stories about the development of Silent Hill Homecoming. Someone came recently, or not recently, like a year and a half ago, and I basically gave them everything. If you want to see all the old design documents for Silent Hill Homecoming and what it could have been, or rather what it was at the time that I was there, those are available on the Patreon. So if you go to the what is it? Patreon/designer Dave, I think. You can grab them there. I think they're in a design packets thing. Yeah, patreon.com/designer Dave. If you go there, you can pick up. Let me find the link actually directly to it, because I think you can just buy the whole design packets together, or you can get a low. You can get the membership and get everything. Collections. What? Game design docs. Does this have Silent Hill? Oh, it does. Tell me if this works. But it has all the game design docs from Silent Hill 5, from a bunch of stuff I was doing at Spicy Horse in Shanghai, China at American McGee's company, original Da Vinci Code documents, some random documents I made, like RPG belief systems, the paper prototype for the game that became eventually Warhammer Tacticus. There's even some really old World of Warcraft documents, though those are more embarrassing than anything else. Oh, there's a bunch for the canceled Heroes of Might and Magic RTS, so there's that too. Just with the 5 gifted memberships, thank you very much. Garadorus, Eric Smith, Emilio Sanchez, King Joe, Philip. Be sure to thank Kisef when you get the chance. If you get the chance. You heard some messy stories about Silent Hill Homecoming? Yeah, it got messy. I left. Actually, I kind of got pushed out because of something totally unrelated to the project. And it was kind of a my bad, but also kind of a they deserved it sort of thing. Heroes of Might and Magic RTS, huh? Interesting. Yeah, but it got killed by Serge Hasquit, the rapist from, I guess I can't say that. The sexual harassment panda of Ubisoft, who was convicted of creating a hostile work environment and some other stuff, I believe. You can find, you should look that up if you haven't seen it already. Kiss F the protagonist, the guy, the man. Indeed. Indeed. So, do you have the WoW cookbook? And if so, have you tried cooking from it? What do you think of the unique idea of creating such a book? I loved it. I contacted the author, and I don't know if you remember from when I was working on Everlook broadcast stuff, when we were still under the TWOW stuff. We did I did a series called Eats Meats about an ogre going through an existential crisis who cooks food. All of the recipes from Eats Meats were actual recipes from that cookbook. And I don't think we emphasized that enough, but it was actually literally from the WoW cookbook. So if you haven't seen Eats Meats, or if you haven't listened to Eats Meats, actually, how would you listen to Eats Meats now? I think they're on the Everlook broadcast YouTube channel, which is now should be rebranded to Out of Bounds Entertainment, but I'm not sure if it is yet. Maybe I'll try to find those later and I'll post them somewhere. Honestly, we need to do a better job of getting all of our stuff organized for Out of Bounds Entertainment and just like reminding people of all the cool shit we've made, because a lot of it is still relevant. Like, it's Warcraft related, but I mean, Warcraft's still a game. Maybe horror games are not for everybody, but they sure are fun for watching. Yeah. My brother and sister liked watching me play Resident Evil 4, even though I didn't particularly enjoy playing it. It was a good game, don't get me wrong, but horror is sort of not my thing. We lack so many trainers across Azeroth, it's not even funny. Like, why isn't there a warrior, hunter, and a priest and paladin trainers? Perhaps a rogue trainer hidden somewhere at Menethil Harbor? Yeah, I don't know. You're... All right, there. I think I caught up. Sexual harassment. Panda was cooked up by South Park on so many occasions. Yes, I know. Oh. Uh-oh. Wait, I wandered into an area I probably shouldn't have. I should have stunned him. I forgot I had stun. RE4 is not horror. I mean, it's an action combat game, I guess, but why was he casting it again? Actually, the Resident Evil 4 is a horror game if you hate QuickTime events. For me, it was a horror game, for sure. Oh, Brunel Village is this way? Through all these? Great. Ice Flow Lake. Oh, you can learn fishing here, can't you? Alright. Am I gonna have to fight everything? Let's see. Something's gonna aggro. No? Alright, good. Arrgh. That means God of War 1 is too? How do you figure? Oh, if you don't like QuickTime? Yeah. Fair. It's not... God of War isn't horror themed. It's definitely gore themed. I like how Shadow of Mordor QTE were made. Yeah, those are okay. No, we're just getting all the quests here. I do need to be level 10, I suppose. Am I missing any pieces of armor? So many. No helmet. Alright, we won't worry about it then.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
Where the hell do I turn these in? I don't want to get too caught up in these quests. Shimmerweed. Again with the Shimmerweed. Frostmane Trolls. Alright. Ice Claw Bear, Elder Crag Boar. Alright, let's just do that. So apparently there was a road direct. I know some veterans who dig the Jacob's Ladder thing that the game tried to do but hated the plot twist and how it turned into a ripoff of Silent Hill 2 again. Yeah. That's the thing, is like it's so hard to get away from Silent Hill 2 when you're a company. Here's the thing. Whenever you're given a brand, you're effectively being asked to be a brand ambassador. And so when people think of Silent Hill, what do they think of? And the problem is that everyone thinks of Pyramid Head and Silent Hill 2. Or at least at that time, that was the case. And so, of course, we end up doing those things and adding those things in, rather than making our own. I think I even had suggested at one point, how about, like, you know, Diamond Head? Anything but the same damn thing. But no, it didn't work out. Most interesting thing about QTE and Shadow of Mordor is they give you some sort of an outlet for all those monkey mashing buttons, regardless of what's going on at the moment on their screen. Yeah, I suppose so. It's pretty sad. We in the fandom call it Trouble in Therapy Town. Yeah. Yeah. I would say that is accurate. I don't know. It's like it's hard to tell when you're in the middle of it and you're like thinking up these themes and stuff, but like if we had stuck to the Jacob's Ladder stuff, I think it could have been a lot better. And then, but the big reveal, I know that I kind of knew that would upset a bunch of people. But also the way that the endings were structured was a big mistake. Like Silent Hill, even Silent Hill 2 didn't make as big a mistake as that did, which is that just like getting the good ending where you didn't do it doesn't make sense if you're in purgatory, unless that's a hallucination. There's a Forge of Wills in Azeroth that can create mind and substance from nothing. Why has no one in the entire story ever tried to use it for their own purpose if they know about it? Don't know. I didn't know about it. Sounds like something in retail. I don't know. I guess it depends on where it is and how you get to it. It might be impossible for most. Or, you know what? Probably they just forgot. Depending upon when it was made. There's like 3 other Silent Hill games that does its own thing. Yeah. I think we even referenced one of them. But like, the way that Silent Hill is sort of structured, everyone should be doing their own thing. That's Wrath of the Lich King stuff? Oh, so it's not canon. Got it. Wait, when was Cataclysm? Is Cataclysm before or after Wrath of the Lich King? I guess it's after, huh? They define the series only on the second game? Right. Yeah, Silent Hill 1 and 3, I think, are, for the most part, kind of ignored for some reason. Though one got the remake, and now I think more people are aware of it. After? Okay. It seems like Crusader Strike does a lot more damage, but I'm not sure. Crap. Dodge. Ooh, was that chain? Yes. Nice. Now we look like a mountaineer with our chainmail bikini. Excellent. You don't know Warcraft lore about how the first races were created, about the Curse of Flesh? No, I know about the Curse of Flesh. One of my favorite quotes is about gnomes being robots cursed with flesh, but go on. I forgot the Forge. It's been a long time and I'm not working on Warcraft, so I just do bits and pieces of lore stuff. I don't need to know everything. In my opinion, Forge of Wills was Afrosabi's poor attempt at making an excuse for lore where all the players come from. I'm just not... when was the... So the Forge was from Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I don't accept it as lore. It's not canon to me. Curse of Flesh was always so weird. It's interesting. I like it. I like the Curse of Flesh. I think that's one of the more interesting things that Metzen did. They retconned it again. It was Loken making fake records. What? Fucking Warcraft lore is such a goddamn mess. I can't. No one can keep up on it, anyways. Warhammer lore is more interesting because they accept that there's so many unreliable narrators in it. I would even say that Elder Scrolls has more interesting lore in that regard for the same reason. But honestly, based on all my past experiences, it's so much better to write your back lore first, the lore that players will never read, just so that all the writers who come in have an understanding of what happened. Otherwise, you end up with this shit all the time, all these retcons. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. All right, where the hell's the Shimmerweed? Does it drop from them, or am I supposed to find it around them? Or is it in the cave, maybe? Whoa! Hostile. I don't want your fairy fire. That's kind of weird. You're the fairy. Sorry, that was lame. Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. This gives you a stacking buff. I forgot about that. Alright, let's toss this up before we die. Forge of Wills is a massive titanic machine created by the Pantheon's Watchers to shape the developing sentience of Azeroth's world soul and infuse it with cosmic energy. Interesting. Okay. It's a confusing mess. Are you serious? Rather, Lich King is the worst class-wise expansion. Trend of subs is absolutely flatlined and it plummeted right after that. After Kata. No wonder. They changed way too much and even the most loyal fanboys realized it. Yeah. People were discarding WoW in droves. I think it's largely considered the worst. No, actually, sorry. Shadowlands obviously is the worst, but it's funny to me because they retconned Shadowlands out, and now it seems like they're retconning Shadowlands back in. Like, what is going on? Like, this is awful. Let's bring it back. What? What are you doing? I thought they had given up on it, but apparently no. They're not giving up. They're never giving up. All right. Is the Shimmerweed in here, or am I crazy? He's not going to move towards me. I'm going to get in trouble, actually. Can I convince him to move backwards, is the question. Oh, I don't have it up. Shit. Ah, there's people in here. Good. Maybe I can take advantage. Actually, if there's people in here, there's probably no Shimmerweed left. I'm not seeing any Shimmerweed spawns, so I'm kind of hesitant to go deeper into this cave until they tell me to. Let me read the quest, because that would be the smart thing to do. Frost means seers. Oh, that's the problem. None of these are seers. So I've gone to the wrong camp or something, maybe? I don't know. Where am I? I think they're further inwards because they're probably supposed to be lower level. Let's finish up this quest, though. No leopard. That's your boy Metzen trying to glue up that absolutely shattered Ming base with rice plaster. Yeah, probably. They got rabid baboons in the creative team making lore decisions. Well, as far as I understand, like the lore team is basically dismantled for the most part. I think it still exists in some form, but it's certainly not what it was. Now that Metzen's back, because they got some people got let go when Metzen came back, and I'm sure it was he got final say on who stays and who goes. Eh. Damn, I let this fall off. When do paladins get movement speed? Oh, that's like deep on the ret tree. Shit. Alright, done with that. Just need crag boars. There's one. I really should have picked up my survival skills. Oh well. Shimmerweed is up the ridge? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm heading away from Brunel Village, though, and I should be heading towards it to turn this quest in. The worst expansion is either Pandaria or Dragonflight. Shadowlands is good because it has Sylvanas, even though she's poorly presented and written. Wouldn't that make it worse, though, if they took a favored character and made her terrible? Like, this is an Elder Cragboar that shares with him? That does not make sense. Whoops. All right. Heal up. Not enough mana. Unfortunate. All right, we'll turn this one in, and I think it escalates. So we'll have another quest on the way to the Shimmerweed. Presuming I don't just go into Ironforge, but I would like to be level 10 when I get in there. The worst... Oh, Shimmerweed at the Ridge. Maybe putting Shadowlands where the jailer just pops up and steals all the credit from Warcraft 3 just because Sylvanas is in it. Well, not a good luck. No, he completely unhinged, ruined the game. Like, just terrible. What happened there? Oh. Pilot Bellophys at Steel Grill. Got it. That was confusing. I was not clear on why that happened. Axes. We'll just sell it for now. These are worth something. This we can sell. Rest we keep. Yeah. All right, off we go. Oh, he doesn't teach fishing. That's unfortunate.
What's on your mind? Safe travels.
Denuser was just a dead lady elf simp. What? They hired Steve Denuser even though he's never shipped a successful game. Was not Kingdoms of Amalur successful in its own way? I mean, it obviously fell apart in terms of like the whole company was sold off, but I seem to recall that everyone kind of liked the story of Kingdoms of Amalur, and I think that was his, wasn't it? Or am I confusing people? That's even worse. Okay. I mean, it sucks that they're a commercial success after the fact, but it doesn't negate the fact that they're a success. It was such a failure that a U.S. state sued. No, it was so expensive that a U.S. state sued, selling a whole company. And so, well, I mean, the thing is, like, games are expensive endeavors, so it was more an efficiency problem than a quality issue. They did achieve, like, people still love that game, Kingdoms of Amalur. It gets re-releases every once in a while. I wouldn't be surprised if whoever bought it made back their money. And then some. I heard that. I guess I should be doing the full combo, but actually that would be inefficient, actually. It would be too expensive to do the full combo. The full combo is you start with Seal the Crusader, judge with it. Yeah, increases holy damage. Oh, let's just do the whole combo and I already messed it up, but that's alright. Because you need 3 stacks of the Zeal. Nah, he's already dead. Yeah, it's probably not efficient. Why did I go in this cave? What did I think was here? I think I'm still looking for the shimmer weed, but maybe it's this way. Yeah. There's trolls somewhere in the mountains. I know it. Shimmer Ridge. Yeah, that might be where the shimmer weed is. Alright. Alright. Are these higher level? Ooh. Okay, I see. I see how it is. I don't think I can get to these without pissing off everyone. Maybe I can wait for them to do something. Let me try distance aggro. Yeah, there it is. What? Oh, that's a bummer. What if I go that way? Will it aggro him is the question, or is he safe? No, that's not good either. Now I'm in trouble. Kind of doomed, to be honest. The home of Peter Griffin. What? Kingdoms of Amalur pissed me off because of politics. Rhode Island tried to be the next Montreal of video games. Yeah, but it provided such a great opportunity. So, I mean, it's hard to fault them for trying to take advantage of that. It did not work out, though, for anybody. That's why they got sued as well, because they did not understand the risk involved in making a game. That's usually what it takes, is someone who doesn't understand the risk getting involved. But I'll say this: it was like a sports guy, right? Like some like big baseball guy, some baseball player, right? He just had a lot of money, so He figured he could foot the bill. And I mean, it's not wrong. He could. He did. Just die. Alright, he had Shimmerweed. Can I get this without getting aggro is the question. Okay, it doesn't call for help. That's good. So I can get all these outer ones. Just sucks Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning had a lot of issues, like the damn field of view. Oh. Well, that's easily fixed. That's like those sorts of things are easily fixed if the game's out there and people can still mess with it. The problem was that they didn't even get to a polish phase. They were shutting down before I think they even launched it. Unless I'm misremembering. I think ooh, no. To get level 10 we'll need to kill a lot more stuff, I think. Would be nice if we could find a tent or an inn. Maybe we can go hang out in an inn for a little bit. Doesn't take very long. All right, this is back to Brunel then. Oh, these all went green. That's okay. So that's Ironforge. I'm trying to get everything pointing to Ironforge, but I might just do these for that. We should kill things along the way. New boss, old deal, not honored. Ah. Amalur OG or the Re-Reckoning? I don't know. I haven't followed it enough to know what actually happened, to be honest. It just seemed like a good game that didn't get a fair chance to like bring in an audience before it was gone. And then as soon as the failure became the story, then it suddenly found its audience, but it was too late to save the team. And that's such an unfortunate and common thing to happen in the game industry. It's like, I didn't even know this was happening. You know, oh man, this is cool. I would have totally bought this on day one if I'd known about it. And they just didn't. It's always the development team that suffers. But just think, if Amalur had been a success, then Denuzer never would have gone on to screw up. Sorry. I also heard they're still updating the Capcom RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, but that was actually well received, though. Dragon's Dogma 2 found its audience, I would say. And then you have like complete grifters who somehow convince people that they're going to magically put together an MMORPG in a matter of like a couple years. How does that happen? Is still trying to figure that one out. Maybe never again. Is 181 Paladin fun or too early to tell? It's fun, yeah. I already played a significant portion of it on the old server. And I mean, it's easy. I don't know what your definition of fun is. It's easy. You're not gonna like look. I am the master of death. I have 0 deaths on this paladin. Normally by level before level 10 I'd have at least 3 or 4, but not this time. All right. Watch your back, and he gives me a cloak. That's perfect. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right, let's get back to Steel Grill? Depot? Steel Grill. Oh, I think this one's like further back. I think I have to go back towards this. Or is it over here? Maybe we'll do a complete circle. That might help. Oof. That just proves that paladins are OP and should be nerfed. Oh yeah, 100%. They are completely OP. They've always been OP to some level, and it stems from their early design as a hero class, quote unquote. That was sort of the original intent, and they never really got away from that, did they? The TWoW devs, at whoever was doing the balance for the paladin, clearly had a hard-on for paladins. I'll say that much. Itsuno left and it was all apparent. That's like DD1 again, incomplete game. Not sure what you mean. You were thinking of making a female dwarf paladin yourself? So good to hear. Yeah, join in. Come to Gappy. Hail Hydra. I think it's the guys who are doing like cannoneering stuff over here. That's what I need to check on. Wearing heavy armor and healing isn't a complex reason for being powerful. Fair. Voji did it. He was the Palasimp. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I was always wondering, like, why are these so OP? Random enchantment for a 60 blacksmith recipe? Okay, that's interesting. I'll send that to Krizix. Okay, that's the cave, so it's this way. And there's like some cannoneers hanging out. And I think this quest is to return it to them. The rumble shot. Oof. I don't think I'm playing on Classic Plus private server anytime soon, but thanks for the offer. Oh, fair enough. You can just live vicariously through my experiences. And then when inevitably this one gets shut down, we can all cry together again. The cycle of life and death continues. If anything, Blizzard's helping me build an audience for Dead Gods, because Dead Gods is going to have this cycle of life and death within it in some fashion. Alright, it was Hegnar Rumble Shot. Okay, that's what I thought.
What can I get for you today?
I brought you your ammo.
Great on me. Come on, Shotty. On our way. Keep your feet on the ground.
That's just funny. I wish there had been more scenes like that in WoW overall. They add a lot. It makes the world feel a little bit more alive. That's definitely something I would focus on with Dead Gods and all the outer skirts, out of town areas and cities. Having little stage plays and things. Probably a huge amount of development time behind each one, but even so. If you make the tools good enough, then anyone can build them and you can sort of open the door for everyone to participate. That's something that we did on Warcraft, StarCraft from Warcraft 3, and Warcraft 2, in fact. That was one of the reasons that when they hired people for every position, they wanted people who loved games. And then it was easier to test out the editor on those people because, you know, they weren't necessarily a programmer or designer, but they could still put, if they could still put a map together that was like decently fun, well, your tool's pretty much a great success. Capcom wasn't really doing well back then when DD1 came out, unless it's Monster Hunter. Ah. Yeah, Capcom was struggling for quite a while, but now they've sort of figured it out with like 80% remakes, 20% new games. It's comparable to what if WoW just shipped with the human starting zones and the end game is just Blackrock Mountain and no more. Oh, what are we talking about? Dragon's Dogma 1? Did you ever see those pictures of the original design document for Dragon's Dogma 1? No, I didn't. I would be very interested to see that. A very ambitious game. Yeah, well, most design documents are going to be very ambitious. I think that is a very common theme for game designers to have very ambitious designs because we want to cover everything. There's a survival trainer right here and I didn't notice. Jesus.
Off with you.
Give me, I think we determined it was like 30 of these. Got a message on LinkedIn. Who's messaging me? What do you want? Uh, Sorry, one moment. Potential job things happening. Just need to make sure that I respond. So the thread doesn't get lost. Always good to respond immediately so that no time is wasted. Interesting. Supremacy 1914, Supremacy Call of War 1942. Any of you guys play Supremacy? I unfortunately have not. Supremacy Warhammer 40k? Wait. Is this what I'm thinking of? Supremacy Warhammer 40k. Oh, mobile games. Damn it. All right, fair enough. Oh, it hasn't released. This is strategy, isn't it? Let me look up Supremacy World War III. Ah, it's a strategy. Pure strategy. That is interesting. I'll have to play this then. Hmm. Okay. Studio. Sorry. Give me a minute. I need to read this entire prospectus for this job. And ooh, drive AI adoption. Ooh. Actively find where AI tools can improve design workflows, prototyping, and iteration speed. Model the behavior, bring the team with you. Interesting, interesting, interesting. ethical dilemma there. As long as it's tools driven, I guess I don't really have a problem with it. I've used it to update my resume several times now. Okay. This does seem like an interesting job. Mm. Might have to update my resume again. Let's see. Only one file at a time. Fair enough. All right. Let me schedule an appointment and then I'll probably be done. So tomorrow's Tuesday, so Wednesday. Yowzas. All right. Let's see. Booked that. And we'll see how it goes. There. Yeah, could be interesting. I'll play some of the Supremacy games and see about. May as well download it now while I've got it on my mind. They look like pure strategy, which is actually interesting to me because a lot of these pure strategy games, it's about narrative design and making sure that all the numbers and stuff make sense. And apparently they're doing a Warhammer 40k one. Let's see. Supremacy World War III seems to be the most up-to-date one. Not sure though, but either way, it should give me a basic idea of what sort of games they make. Very curious to see what their Warhammer 40k one is, and oh my god, Games Workshop is like licensing everything these days, aren't they? 90 minutes threshold, time to pick up your weary bones and stretch those legs. Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry, but had to get the business done first. And also, here's what I'll do.
Here there.
I will sell all these dim torches. Oh, well, let's equip one just to have the T-Mog. Dolgur looking badass already. She looks more like a berserker than a paladin, though. Anyways, sell all these. And then I'm going to stretch. I'll be right back. That's better. You really wanted to play that Dark Millennium MMORPG? They went insane with licensing Warhammer to everyone who can afford the fee since THQ folded. Yeah, they really did. It's probably the most easy to obtain a license in modern history, and it seems to be working for them because I believe they get royalties based on the game's success. So it's like it doesn't matter to them if the game fails. It doesn't. It changes nothing. Okay, the unlit sells for 2 copper, so I guess. All right. Have to have a wood cutting axe. Have to have a whittle. I did some squats while I was stretching as well. Gotta keep your body somewhat moving around, you know? We're going for this. This is what we want to get to. So we want to make sure that my paladin has a tool for pulling. The rest of it, I don't care much about. No, I'm not sure what to build to get there. Let's see. I can't see what it requires. I think it'll be walking sticks. It'll be expensive wood-wise, but doesn't require anything other than the wood and the and in this case some thread and rugged string, though it's half the wood requirement. All right, steel girl, let's go. They went insane like Blizzard when it came to fan-made animated content that puts theirs to shame. Well, that's the funny part about Blizzard and the all the private servers. I think if it weren't for the private servers, a lot of the there would be no hope for a Classic Plus. In fact, I know they wouldn't even have tried to make a Classic Plus if it weren't for the private servers that they recently killed. They never would have made a Classic if it weren't for Nostalrius. Like, they rely on these private servers to show them that there's still interest in these things. Because they don't know themselves. Which is interesting, because it means that they're not playing. They're not playing their own games. Or they don't understand what's missing. Or they see it as a job and they're just producing a product and they're no longer the gamers who enjoy the thing that they're making. I missed a quest from Thoric. No, no, no. We can't have that. Back we go. Either work for pennies making animated slop that you have no creative control, or stop. That was the ultimatum. Bunch of greedy dingbats. Yeah, well, we knew Bobby Kotick was going to be a problem. Isn't there like a Nomergon thing in here? This is the weird gnome thing. I think it sort of tells you a bit about their origin with these guys.
Upon further analysis of the Nomergon situation, it would appear as though we not only failed to eradicate the Trogs, but we also happened to turn most of the gnomish race into horrific, mindless, evil-doing leper gnomes. Ozzy and I plan to reverse the horrible leper effect with our latest invention, the Recombobulator. The machine is almost complete, but we are in dire need of some restabilization cogs and gyromechanic gears. Retrieve some from the leper gnomes out from front of Nomergon for us.
Okay. Ah, yes. Torturing one of their old compatriots. Let's see what you guys get up to when no one's watching. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to sit here. You make a good gnome. Dave's real voice is showing. Well, you know. Gnome's gonna gnome. No, I think... Well, we're saving that one for Warhammer stuff. So maybe if I end up playing the Warhammer 40k Supremacy, we'll see. But it is an Android game, and I haven't figured out how to show you guys when I'm playing an Android game. Which I think would be interesting, because... Obviously my PC and console development experience is like sort of what everyone knows me for, but I did make mobile games for like 8 to 10 years. Well, 10-ish years. But I suppose that's not as interesting for most of the people who already watch. Is he just sending me back to Brunel? Fine. Let me check in here, because surely I've missed something. Also, isn't there a Paladin quest? I think there's a Paladin quest. And let's not forget our main goal is to get jewel crafting so we can make some stuff to send back to Krizix. Alright, now we need to hit level 10. The other reason to hit level 10 is because that allows you to get to 150 in a skill. Whereas right now, I can only get to 75. Happycraft has the server so far. Great when I'm able to get in, but when it gets late, and I think all the Chinese people get off work or whatever's going on, yeah, there's a queue, and it's like an hour long. And after the Ascension announcement, or the Ascension, well, not announcement, after the Ascension lawsuit dropped, it got really bad. So I'm a little bit worried that if I log out, I won't be able to get back in. So we'll have to see. Huh? Well, at least now I have 2 reasons to go to Brunel Village. Yeesh. What are they doing? Strange. Oh, did I get a new recipe? I did. Wait, what was that? Oh, never mind. Physician.
Great to meet you.
That's what I was missing. Okay. I knew I was missing one of the trade skills.
Great to meet you.
He's just an assistant. Okay, back to Brunel Village then. Maybe we will ding 10. You know what? Maybe we hang out here for a little bit. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but look at the ticking on the blue XP. It's almost as fast as a tent, I would say. So I think it would behoove me to wait here a moment. Maybe I'll do another stretch. People coming to Cappy, interesting. Yeah, I think it's got well over 4,000 people on it at this point. But the thing is, I can't look it up because they're hiding all that information. They're afraid of Blizzard's attention. But Blizzard's going to come for them one way or another, and it's kind of like however they set it up. Like, I assume they're not in the States, because that would be dumb. They just have the same problem that the original Turtlebot team had. Kind of hope they stay off Chromicraft. Why? Hasn't Chromie integrated Everlook Broadcasting? I don't know. Some of them do have the radio broadcasting us. But not Cappy. But it does still have our Discord button, which is interesting. I just don't, I guess they have nowhere else to send people. I wonder if we get any Chinese player coming in for that. Chromie is quite large right now. Pretty sure British Bobby Kotick are a council of Brits with bad teeth meeting in a round table talking about how to sell the most expensive plastic figures and trademark paints. Okay. Okay. All right, so... yeah. Just checking to make sure my calendar is going to be updated. Getting larger just attracts bad players. I don't want this to be the new Warmane 2. Yeah, but it's all about the GMs and how they deal with it. That's what Turtle WoW was so good at. No matter how big they got, they managed to keep the toxicity very low. And it seems, though I can't say for sure, because I don't speak Chinese, but on the English-speaking side of things, it seems like these GMs are, A, that they do understand English, and B, that they are trying to keep it very, very much in the same way that original TWoW did. So I'm not too worried about that. At least not yet. How much of a bar does it give you? Let's just wait till it goes off the edge. Let's sell some of the... I just realized I have a bunch of crap in my inventory I don't need.
What can I do for you?
Like this meat, 61 health per second is trash. Should I keep this to use on a dummy? Nah, I'll get a different axe. Malachite I should keep. Small leather collar I should keep. This I need to send to Krizix. That's a quest. This I'm keeping. Keep. Need that. All right. All right, that's close enough. All right. Yeah, we're living a dwarf. Thank you for the gifted membership, Vinny. Sparks, be sure to thank Vinny when you get the chance. For all the people who got memberships from Vinny and Kisef, be sure to check out the members-only videos. You can check out God Among Man. I've just completed the back lore for Chapter 3A and the main characters for Chapter 3A on God Among Man, which is a hamster world. So once I write the story for that and put it into the game, there will be a way to play from beginning to end. You won't get to, it doesn't change. Like, the real premise of the game is that each set of choices in each world will split you off to a different world. So the first one goes to 2 worlds, and those 2 worlds go to 2 other different worlds, depending on your choices. But at least you'll be able to go from 1, 2 to 3, and I'll get a full idea of what the full gameplay will be like. And then I can start refining and like making things better. So that's coming along, and I'll have something for people who are members to play. 2 worlds, 2 twosome? What? No. I don't know what you're talking about. The game is called God Among Man. It's basically the journey of a soul on its way to becoming a god. And then what kind of god you become is based upon the choices you make along the way. But it's just a visual novel game. Don't get too excited. But Dead Gods will be one of the final worlds that you can get to. And for each of the worlds, I also plan to do like a design document of like, if I were to expand this world, here's what that game might look like. And that might be interesting for fellow game designers, game developers, or people who want to become a game developer or game designer. I shouldn't buy any of this. No, I really don't waste my money. We're not even hurting. I haven't died yet, so literally nothing is killing me. Okay. Let's go to Brunel Village again. Which, is there a direct path? Kinda. We'll just kill everything along the way. I fear no tiny bear. But if you like visual novel games, it's certainly going to be interesting. And if you are interested in seeing like game design documents for potential future games, that will also be interesting. One of the things that I've been doing with Dead Gods is simply just the design documentation side of things. And so I plan to include some of that in the game. Basically, these will be things that you unlock and you gain access to by playing and unlocking that world. So it might be interesting. I thought you were ending the stream and then deleted the comment. Oh, no. Have you read the Warcraft books and watched the movie? What's your opinion? So I've read the earliest books, the one about Thrall, Lord of the Clans, is the only one I really remember because it was important for me when working on Warcraft 3 to sort of understand that stuff. And I watched the Warcraft movie when I was in China. And the interesting thing about that is that in China, they really loved the Warcraft movie so much. I personally thought it was like okay. I didn't think it was a great representation of Warcraft lore, but it was like, you know, I wasn't gonna. It's not shitty. It's just not as good as I think it could have been. In large part because of some choices they made. Probably because they wanted, you know, prominent actors and actresses for certain roles and stuff. I would have gone with complete unknowns, I think. But whatever. It wasn't a terrible movie. But it could have been a lot better. That said, in China, they loved it. And in large part, I think it was because Lord of the Rings did not get a fair showing there. Because the Chinese government co-opted all the theaters that were showing Lord of the Rings to show instead Nanjing, which was the movie about the Japanese occupation of China because they were doing an anti-Japanese propaganda thing at the time, which is interesting, which caused a bunch of outrage against Japanese people. What would be the story in Warcraft 4 if it was planned? I don't know. Why would I know? There's like two ways to go with a Warcraft 4. Number one would be a prequel that leads into Warcraft 3, which is that's sort of my cop-out answer, is what I would do. And I understand it is kind of a cop-out. The other one is to go like 100 years in the future of World of Warcraft and start there. And then that could lead into a World of Warcraft 2 as well. I mean, you may as well at that point, right? I've heard the movie was big in China. Yeah, no, it was surprisingly well received there. Like, I came out of the theater going, eh, and I asked my Chinese coworkers what they thought, and they were like, oh, it's amazing, you know. I think because they did not have that much exposure to high fantasy worlds, like they didn't really have D&D, and they didn't really have Tolkien. Like, I don't know, they just never, those things never caught on there. And again, when Lord of the Rings, the movies came out, they didn't do big in the theaters in China because of that interference from the government, which I don't think was intentional to like do anything against Lord of the Rings. It was just they had a propaganda film that they wanted people to watch instead. And as a result, people didn't get that exposure to high fantasy through Tolkien. So what's interesting to me is just that a lot of people in China, their first exposure to high fantasy is Warcraft. And Warcraft sort of defines high fantasy for them. And I've noticed in a lot of when I worked at Chinese studios, that sort of comes out in their games, is like they more closely mirror the high fantasy of Warcraft than anything else. You parry me. What is this nonsense? And the first cutscene is the intro to StarCraft. Imagine your first exposure to Western fantasy is Warcraft. Well, I mean, that's the case for a lot of Chinese people. That was their first high fantasy experience. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. A mountaineer stationed in the southern guard tower. One of two towers on the border to Loch Madan. Okay, at least it's not here. Alright. I think it's time to go to Ironforge. Wait, who gave me this? Okay, that's Ironforge. Crossmain Headhunter. That's there. That's the Nomergon area. Alright. I'm going to Ironforge, damn it. And hopefully we ding along the way, so we'll just fight our way up there. And hopefully we hit 10 by the time we get there, and then we can, like, get all the trade skills and stuff. The movie was 6 out of 10, I think. 4 stars for its attitude towards Warcraft. The Lord of the Rings franchise is garbage, to be honest. How dare you, sir? How dare you? I think Lord of the Rings is great. And I really like the movies that the Hobbit guy did. I call him the Hobbit guy because he looks like a hobbit. A lot of people from New Zealand do, though. I suppose that's not a distinguishing feature for them. That's like being told about pizza and how awesome pizza is, and you get served a Jack's Pizza. I don't know, what's Jack's Pizza? I've never heard of that. Understandable, I think, but WoW is also fairly popular. Yeah, so China's introduction to high fantasy also comes with World of Warcraft itself, the game. And so they already had the experience of playing WoW and like going through the quest system and everything and learning about the lore that way. Like I don't think Warcraft 3 was nearly as actually, you know what? I haven't even looked at the numbers. But I don't think China played as much Warcraft 3 as they did WoW. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Someone fact check me. But either way, so when the Warcraft movie came into China, they already had a fondness for it from playing World of Warcraft. wrap your noodle around that one. Cheapest frozen pizza you can get? Okay. Now I understand. Frozen pizza is just a horror show in itself. Lord of the Rings was perfect. It's the Hobbit movies that are flawed. Yeah, the Hobbit movies were not so great. Especially compared to the Lord of the Rings. You can tell that too many executive decisions infected the Hobbit movies. They're like, oh, it has to be a trilogy. Oh, it has to do this. It has to do that. Like, just... Like, literally, Peter Jackson, from almost nothing, managed to make the Lord of the Rings movies a fucking spectacular hit by them just leaving him the fuck alone. Why do they think now that after he's done that successful thing, now they want to come in and like stick their finger in everything? And it's like, just leave him, let him do what he's gonna do. Like, what the... Like, it never fails. Like, every time someone shows, like, they love something and they create something amazing with it, some fucking executive comes along and thinks they know better. Like, it happened with Blizzard and Bobby Kotick. It happened with Peter Jackson and the Hobbit movies. It's just incredible to me that these fucking psychopaths won't stay the fuck away from creative endeavors that they don't actually understand. Executive meddling always boils down to incompetent marketers wanting to feel important. Yeah, it's that and executives thinking that, oh, I'm rich, therefore I know everything. Like, it's... One does not follow the other. Who's your favorite male and female Warcraft character? You're betting Jaina and Arthas. I think my favorite Warcraft character would be maybe it's just because I'm playing a dwarf, but I'm leaning towards Muradin Bronzebeard. Yeah, no, I think Muradin Bronzebeard. And then as a secondary character, it would actually, for entirely different reasons, it would probably be shit, what's her name? Fuck. The teleporting chick from TFT. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with Illidan. It's Illidan, then Muradin Bronzebeard. Yeah. I like the anti-hero trope. And even though Metzen won't admit that it's an anti-hero. Dave hates Arthas because the creation outgrew the creator. No, I don't hate Arthas. I just don't think he's... I don't know. Like, what criteria are we going by here? He has the most interesting story, but he is the most disturbed, psychopathic character. Like, it's hard for me to like a monarchist. You know what I mean? One second, I got another message here. Let me just double check. What's going on? See, these guys want me to go to Vietnam. No, that would be weird. I gotta get Mobile Game Doctor to tell me what's going on. Janus, Sylvanas, or Tyrande if I had to pick. I think Sylvanas is the most tragic figure, but I really don't like what they did with her. Like, they had a very strong opportunity with Sylvanas to have like Arthas fell to the darkness, but Sylvanas comes back from it. She's the redemption arc he could never have because his soul was taken from him. Like, that's the way that it should have gone. At least for me as a narrative designer, that's what I was thinking was going to happen. And they fucked it up. And she's just even more depraved and psychopathic and stupid. It's just stupid. It's just a waste. Absolute waste of a very interesting potential character arc. So Sylvanas up until end of the Frozen Throne, I suppose. But otherwise, I'm a Jaina fan more of the way, because she always stuck true to her ideals, and she knew when to walk away from Doom. Oh, right, you wanted a female character. Okay, I missed that part of the original question. Let's find the trainers for jewel crafting and enchanting. I believe I know where the enchanting one is, but I don't know where the jewel crafting one is. Okay. Jaina eventually wanted to genocide the Horde after Garrosh proved her father right. That's not canon. Fuck all that shit. Besides, Garrosh, as long as Thrall exists, Garrosh did not prove her father right. You know what I mean? That's herbalism. Where's enchanting? No? This one. Thistle Fuzz. Thistle Fuzz Arcanery. Alright.
You got my attention.
Train. Yes. Thank you.
Interesting.
Alright. I think I just disenchant shit up until like 75 or something ridiculous. Did we hit 10? When did that happen? Alright, we hit level 10. I didn't see it happen. See an orc, get your pitchfork, Jaina. That's, doesn't sound like Jaina to me, but okay. I guess we'll go blunt.
Off with you.
Alright. The choice of the Forgotten Muradin Bronzebeard was unexpected. I think he's a great character. And he too always stayed true to his sort of like underlying ideals. And it was just unfortunate that he trusted the wrong person in Arthas Menethil. Where the heck? What? Wait a minute. Is it up a floor? What am I missing here? Okay, what the fuck? That's mining. Did they remove the jewel crafting? By accident, maybe? Is this where jewel crafting's supposed to be and they fucked it up? Or is it, maybe it's further inside, maybe? Maybe it's on the other side. Maybe it's on the other side. Ah, here we go. That's a very confusing flag placement, I must say, even though it's accurate.
Interest you on a pint?
Can I help you?
Apprentice jewel crafter, please. All right. Let's get these up on my bar and start checking them out because... Not you. First aid. And disenchant will be E. And enchanting will be 5. And now we can make the rough gridded paper, but is it coarse gridded paper that I need? Let's go find a mailbox. What do you think of the great Kalia Menethil? Never heard of him. Best character in Warcraft is Philson the Rat. 100% dodge. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. What's Philson the Rat's story? How can we make him relatable to the youth? The question came about after the live stream when I brought up potential romance options for NPCs. That night, my mind was flooded with possible scenarios and drama with the characters. Yeah. There's a lot of potential drama there. But there's no romance in fucking work. It's like... No one actually has a relationship. It's almost like they're afraid to write them. When they do write them, they're like weird. I think what's funny is that at the time that Metzen was writing, Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne and stuff, like, he was not much of a relationship person, as far as I could tell.
What can I do for you?
But now he's been married for like a decade or more, maybe. I would think that there'd be something. Maybe I've just missed it. All right. I don't think this requires any tools, right? No. Oh, these are 1-to-1. That'll be 40 of them. All right, fair enough. Kalia Menethil, Arthas' sister, leader of the Forsaken after Sylvanas' leave. Never heard of her. Didn't even know that he had a sister. Certainly not mentioned anywhere in Warcraft 3 or the Frozen Throne. Sounds like a retcon to me. You really like the triangle between Illidan, Tyrande, and Furion? I mean, there's that. That's true. That's true. I did kind of ignore that, didn't I? Yeah, there's a love triangle, I suppose. But of course, Tyrande was always going to go with Malfurion. Because Illidan is evil. Ooh. Brawl did get married? What? When? Was it in a book? All the cool ladies of Warcraft 3 became Crazy Revenge ex-girlfriend mode in WoW. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason for that. That I won't talk about. But there's a reason. Oof. Oof. Yeah, we're taking this all the way if we can. The problem is the copper. We'll have to play Kha'Zix to get the copper because he's the only miner I have, and I don't want to. I could create another character. I need an alchemist herbalist. No, actually, you know what? I just need an herbalist, actually. Now I think about it. So I could do an herbalist miner. to get more copper without having to move Krizzix around in the lower level zones. Illidan just isn't a very reliable partner and hasn't been active for over 10,000 years for various reasons. Yeah, no kidding. Illidan ended up being the super Chad who imprisoned Sargeras forever. Yeah, he's a stud. Wait, Thrall got married in Warcraft 3? What are you talking about? There's no expansion after the Frozen Throne. You want to see something happen between Maiev and Illidan? Well, Maiev, that's the one of the other female character that I liked a lot because she blinks. I just loved her in the story because she's so focused and driven, and then she can fucking teleport, and that made for a really fun level to play. I really enjoyed making levels with Maiev, but because you can put so many Easter eggs. I think most of the other level designers who worked on her levels did too. All right, let me think here. I guess we could go out and do that. Oh, shoot. Let's go back to the Jewel Crafter and see if we've gotten anywhere. And maybe there's another recipe I could grab that would have allow us to avoid having to get more copper, I suppose. Maiev might have a touch of the tism. Perhaps. He got married in Cataclysm? Who, Thrall? Yeah, he didn't get married in Warcraft 3, that's for sure. In her youth, Kalia Menethil was betrothed to Lord Davil Prestor, the guise of Deathwing. What? She was also Jaina's best friend and greatly influenced her in her youth. This is all retcon shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Warcraft backlore is a mess. And the thing is, every time a new writer comes in, they try to backlayer stuff into the past, and it always causes problems. Always causes problems. Copper ore. Oof. No, no matter what I do, I need copper. Fuck. Shit. Shit, crap. All right. I think the problem is that I thought it was rough gridded paper that was needed, but I think it's coarse gridded paper that's needed. And I won't be getting that until I get to at least 50. So, what am I going to do? It's either a new character or back to Krizzix. Kalia was mentioned in the early books. Which books? A very important plot character that no one knows about. Yeah, that's the fucking that's the curse of Warcraft, isn't it? Like, oh, this character's super important. Let's never talk about her in the game. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Guess we can just dump everything here for now. I mean, obviously not. Oh, that needs to go to Krizzix. Or maybe I should have sold all the junk before I walked in here. Didn't realize I was overburdened with trash. Stores mana. That's a mana pot. That's a hell of a mana pot, actually. Alright, let's just send this to Krizix before I forget.
What's on your mind?
I think I need those for a quest? Or did I do that quest already? I might have done that quest already. I think these sell in the auction house for quite a bit. Alright, we'll move the meat down here, I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just moving shit around on the deck of the Titanic at this point. Let's check the auction house and see if we can put these up for something stupid. Because I think they sell for quite a bit. I think they sell in packs of 4. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. I could just buy out the market. This is so cheap. They're literally selling them at market price. What are they doing? All right. Light forged undead race fit perfectly into the game's plot and have every light to exist. For example, history knows of at least one such character, Kalia Menethil. Holy undead. Yeah. Yeah, no idea. Holy undead sounds quite bizarre to me. Do you imagine characters like Kalia got done because someone really likes the idea? They get fired a year later and then the new writer doesn't care? Yes, that happens all the time. I mean, like just every character goes through that arc. Like they get this big crazy character arc and then it dissolves into nothing. And in the case of Shadowlands, Sylvanas' arc literally dissolves into nothing. And now they're trying to make her important again in the new plot. And it's like, the Shadowlands is not what it seems. And it's like, okay. Whatever. Why was Uther Menethil there? Like, is it the afterlife or not? Like, what the fuck? That's just so ridiculous. All right, let's go kill some lepers. Disgusting leper gnomes. And maybe we'll kill some headhunters while we're out there. Hopefully we get a new weapon. Are these both from Brunel? Huh. That's further south? East, I think. Southern guard tower. Right. All right, so we'll drive by through the gnomes, then we'll get to the trolls, and hopefully get these quests done. Even though I'm not slow and steady leveling, I still want to complete all the quests, at least for my starting area if I can. Part of me wants to think that your character should have any class available, but some race class combos just wouldn't work. Goblin paladins, undead druids. Yeah, they don't work. The stream name is wrong. This ain't no goblin. Oh. That's a good point. I guess I should have called it unedited footage of a dwarf. Is it too late to update it? I think I'd have to update it in YouTube. Can you do strike through in YouTube? Let me see. It won't load now. All right, YouTube. What's your problem? Unicode text generator? Okay. Will this actually work? Oh my god, it did work. All right, done. The pedantism. If you want to do strike through, you have to use a Unicode text generator to make it work. I found an easy to use one here, so you guys can use this in the future if you want. You can get a bunch of different Unicode things out of it, I suppose. Not just strike through, but like there's many options. Oh. I thought I was stunning for some reason. Guess not. Just like being a rogue. It reduced my strength by 2. Oh no! What will I do? I'll cut you. Ah, gnomes. Disgusting. What are some design features quests you would add to make Ajara better as a Classic Plus area? Ajara? Ajara. Talking about the coast? I guess I can't see it. Oh, right. Where is it? There it is. Ah, yeah, yeah. I think it just suffered from not having, like... I would have made the villages more central. Like the Orcish area and the Alliance area. I think they're too far back. And that way it's more of a hub. And then have more quests. There's just not enough quests. But hello. Hello, Snow Leopard. What are you doing here? Do you think that Classic Plus will have a new history more similar with the Warcraft 3 history, like the course? No, I don't think so. I don't think they have any respect for the Warcraft 3 history, to be honest with you. They want to do their own thing, and I don't blame them because they've been doing Warcraft for so long. So it's really just a question of what sort of alternate history will Classic Plus be? Because it's certainly going to be something where they've made it their own, quote unquote. It's just... I get it. I totally get it. But that's why I think that... that's why I think that the private servers should be left alone. Let them make their own versions. Because they have more respect for the original work than I think that the people at Blizzard who want to do their own thing do at this stage. Like, no matter how much they say they love Warcraft and stuff, they're bored with the old storylines. It's very clear to me. And they just want to move on. I don't know if Metzen I don't know if Metzen's like on board with that or not. I imagine he must be, in terms of like he has to know, he has to want to make his own stuff too. That's why he did Lawbrand, right? I feel like it's just a matter of time before he leaves. And that right now they're holding on to him until this next thing that is entirely his comes out. They at least need him for BlizzCon. And then after that, who knows what happens. I certainly don't. Isn't there like a light point? What the shit? No. No, I was gonna give you a buff, but forget it. I'll buff myself. I think I got them. Can I take two? I guess I could. No, he's level 10 though. I should be careful. Disgusting. Is that Tim Martin? Never mind. Got it. All right, moving on to the trolls. So things like Tauren can't be druids, night elf priests, female only, and male druid only. The lore points will never come to the MMO. I wish. I wish they had been there from the start. I think it was a mistake not to adhere to those things. I think that would have made World of Warcraft even more interesting and endearing over the years. That's the sort of stuff that they don't, that the money people don't like people doing, because it's like, oh, it restricts things, and I'm like, yeah, it restricts things, but it restricts them in a way where people appreciate them more. But yeah, I mean, role players want to do whatever they want to do, I suppose. I just think not doing it waters down the brand a lot. Do not fairy fire me. What do we need? Spear chuckers? Headhunters. This guy. The ranged assholes. Got it. Alright, fuck it. I mean, we took 2 before, so. Can't see. He's gonna stop and then start chucking spears. That's the problem. Uh-huh. 3.7. Looks cool enough. Maybe I'll send that to Chrisix. Not sure if I got one for him. This may be complicated for me to explain. I have a question on Toronto Builder. You know how you can set up your game to await your click or to move to the next image? Yes, I do. Is it possible to apply the same to a video without it going to a black screen or whatever the background is? Yes. Though I'm struggling to think of how to explain it without opening Toronto Builder up to look at it. I certainly don't remember everything off the top of my head. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a problem. That's a big just run, just run, just run, just run. Oh, damn. Impaled. Is it possible to apply the same to a video without it going to... Okay, so is it just wait for... I think it's just a wait, and it's wait for the duration of the video, but I'd have to open up Toronto Builder to make sure. Try using a wait for the duration of the video and see what happens. But it might still black screen it, depending on how it's done. But if that doesn't work, hit me up on the Discord, and I can after I'm done streaming, I'll take a look. Because I have to figure that out as well for my own thing, and I probably already did figure it out, and that's the thing. I just need to look at what I did. All right, this time the other guys didn't aggro, but he's gonna run. All right, let's go like this. Great. I did. That's what led to the black screen. Waiting for the duration of the video. Okay. So it still accepted the click even though it was supposed to wait. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look at what I did in Toronto Builder after. This is sad. I don't know if you remember the first Night Elf concept drawn in pencil. The society built like it was a savage with axes and strongholds inside mountains. I remember that, yeah. Sounds more like orcs to me. Well, they were supposed to be the savages of the forests. But then the druids were going to be the temperament. So the women were warrior Amazonians was the main inspiration, I think, at the time. And that's kind of what they were in Warcraft 3. The women were the warriors, and the males were sleepy druid people. Lol. That always gives me pause. That's some bullshit. Fully explore. What does that mean? To fully explore. Oh. Uh-oh. I need him to run this way, though. You tried asking the forums but got no answer, and there doesn't seem to be a way to contact the devs either. No, there's not. It's a solo dev. I probably should have healed up before I did this. This is gonna go wrong, I can tell. I need one more attack. Ah! Okay. Can I pull this guy out so that I can solo the elite, is the question. I would say yes. Let's see how overtuned this guy is, though. Who knows? Okay, we want to make sure that we have that running. We'll use my Dwarven Resilience. Did he just heal himself? What was that? Oh shit, he's fucking smoking me. Oh, I don't have a stun for it. This is insane. Fucking battle of the century here. Ooh, lucky crit. Lucky crit. Damn. Alright, anyone else would have been dead, that's for sure. God, if I play hardcore, I have to play fucking Paladin, that's for sure. Ah, son of a bitch. Only a Paladin, indeed. Only a Paladin could have pulled that off. And now that I think about it, I didn't even play it perfectly. I should have started with Seal the Crusader, Judgment on him, and then that would have increased my holy damage for the entire fight. So I actually played that kinda poorly, if we're being honest. Did he just fairy fire me? Is that guy throwing spears at me? Oh my god. It's an undershirt, and I wear the undershirt all the time because I'm too lazy to put on a overshirt. Also, generally, it's kind of warm. All right, we don't need to go down there. How the hell am I gonna fully explore this place? Is that gnome again? Do not fairy fire me. I'm so sick of that shit. I thought, are pandas actually bears though? I thought they weren't technically bears. They're not marsupials, are they? I don't think they have pouches. Killing you be easy. Oh no. What the frick? Does anyone know what constitutes fully exploring? Do you guys know any WoW private server that tried to stick with the old Warcraft lore? Yeah, Turtle WoW. In this case, Cappy WoW. There was an Alpha WoW private server. I think that still exists. That's the one with the skills, though. Also, you have to pay to get in. That's how they're keeping it private, though. So you can rest assured that they won't get screwed unless Blizzard just buys a subscription or whatever. What is your attitude towards the Overwatch universe and lore, if we can call it that? No comments. Like, it's not a game I ever really was interested in. I don't know what the lore is. I don't actually care that much either. It was like to me, it was just like another team-based shooter. But I mean, I guess it was the first one or something. Was it the first one? I'm actually not sure. Regardless, it just never interested me. It's even when Counter-Strike was huge, like I played it, but I wasn't like a big fan. So it's just not my cup of tea. Oh, yeah, I should probably wear that. Oh my god, Scott. How cold does it get in Thailand in winter? Does it ever snow? Only if you're in the mountains. Which I'm not. No, it's pretty much warm year round. It has 2 seasons, summer and summer wet. And that's it. So seasonally not a very exciting place, but if you want to be warm, Thailand has got you covered. The coldest it's been here for the entire like 15-year span that I've lived here, I think was like, there was one day where it hit 13 degrees Celsius and everyone freaked. Like people were freaking out. They were like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. We're gonna freeze to death in our homes. What the hell are you talking about? It even hailed once. I think it was around the same time though. And yeah, I was not impressed. I was the only one walking around in shorts and a t-shirt though. It's a wet warm though, also known as Georgia. I would classify it closer to a Florida if you're in the Bangkok area. In my area, it's actually quite dry, comparatively speaking. It's still overall high moisture, but comparatively speaking, it's pretty dry. Tink, tink, tink. Have I fully explored? I guess I have. All right, I guess we'll run back and get out of here. Though I should probably heal. Might have missed a question. The old points of the lore that I said, a type of server that deletes night elves from the alliance and undead from the horde and adds high elves and goblins in their place and delete the Taurens druids. No, I don't think there's anything like that. Taurens should be able to be druid though. They worship the Earth Mother. That it makes sense to me that Tauren can be druid, though I would think shaman makes more sense. All right, we have to fight 2 to get out. Let's go. Oh, maybe we don't. Yes, we do. Ah! Okay, he just spawned. We want him to go in that direction. I'm a lich. What? Oh, King Lich. Yes, he is a lich. That's true. Of course he prefers colder climates. Generally speaking, I have in the past preferred colder climates. Here I just have aircon. It's probably the reason my electric bill is so crazy. Can I get by? I'm just gonna run out. I don't want to fight all this shit. Yeah, just gonna run. Ouch! This might have been a mistake. Let's see. Chunk, chunk, chunk. We've got this just in case, but I think we'll be fine. What the frick? Ooh. Nah. Yeah. We're good. Back to Bruno, I think? Think so. Oh. Heroic retreat. Dave, what level is your Goblin Rogue? 29. If you're trying to catch up and party with me, aim for 29. Tauren druids were not a retcon since the Night Elves joined the Alliance and have the druid class, so not to mess more with the balance of the game, they added Tauren druids. It's just that since Taurens worship the Earth Mother, a Tauren druid makes sense. Whereas a Tauren priest does not make sense because they don't worship the Holy Light. That was a mistake, in my opinion. I only need one of these. I'll send that to Krizix. Let's send everything to Krizix just to... Oh, I can collect this. We'll send all these to Krizix for the T-Mog. Oh, not that, though. Cannot wear chainmail. Erg. Alright, where the hell's the turn-in for this shit? Is this at steel? Maybe it's at steel. That's further out. Crossmain hold. Senior white beard in Karanos. Ah. Right. Off to Karanos we go then. Be right back making breakfast. Nice. Be sure you make enough for everyone. So night elves worship the holy light? No, they shouldn't have. They worship the moon, and that's how they justified it. They're priestesses of the moon, but it doesn't really work. That should be an entirely different class, in my opinion. The Borger got me? What are you talking about? You're not allowed to eat this Borger? He's too cool. I don't know what you're talking about. What is a Borger? The Borg? You will be assimilated? Is that what you're making a Star Trek joke? I don't get it. Oh, his name is Borger. Right. Is it a Star Trek joke? Or is it a hamburger joke? Or is it a German joke? It conjectures in its confusion. I am confused. What? I'm not allowed to be confused now? It is a hamburger joke? Okay. Is it like a Saturday Night Live thing? Because I haven't watched that since Jim Belushi. One day I'll try to create a server that maintains the Warcraft lore. Yeah, that would be great. If someone could stick to it, no matter how painful it seems on the surface level. Like, that's the thing. Like, from a game development perspective, there are choices that are like a struggle. Basically, everyone gets warrior. Frickin' hell, English is a weird language. Everyone gets the warrior class. Not everyone gets mage, not everyone gets priest, not everyone gets rogue, not everyone gets warlock, not everyone gets druid, not this. And then I think that some additional classes need to be made that are like variations of things. Also, I think you need to split the Forsaken off and have them be independent with the Naga and Illidan. Like, that just seems like it has to happen to make sense. Damn, I lost the... Oh well. There's a whole bunch of changes. I think we went over this one day, like a while back. Did we put it in... I think we put it on my Warcraft channel in the Discord. I don't know if that's still saved. Did I pin it? I don't know if I pinned it. I don't even know if it happened there. I remember we definitely had a long discussion about if we were to stay true to the Warcraft 3 lore at the end of the Frozen Throne, what would WoW actually look like? And I think that we made it almost like a document out of it, and I think we put it in the Warcraft channel in my Discord. But I would have to go look to check that. Another thing I have to go look at. Independent playable factions were important. Exactly. Because, like, the Night Elves might like some humans, but I don't think they like all humans, especially not the ones running strip mining operations in their territory, cutting down trees in Ashenvale Forest. Not gonna be big fans of that. Just saying. Ah, yes. Gnomish lore. Here we go.
Can I help you?
The recombobulator.
What? Hey, I was trying to read that.
Let me install these gyromechanic gears and restabilization cogs, and we'll fire up the recombobulator.
Did he take mine? No, this is the other person who was doing the quest at the same time. We're gonna have to watch this again. When Tyrande referred to Varian as my king, I cringed. Yeah, that's doesn't make sense, does it? Spellbreakers, Moon Priestess, Shadow Hunters. Yes, like all those things should be their own classes. Like, I don't know. The reason it went that way is just time.
Hi, how are you?
All right, here we go. The recombobulator will be up and running as soon as we have sufficient restabilization cogs and gyromechanic gears.
Well, here you go.
These gyromechanic gears and restabilization cogs are in perfect accordance with Ozzy's schematics for the recombobulation device. Once I add some hydro lubricant to the inner combustion pistons, adjust the cranko ratchet, and increase the viscosity of the electro gum gel, the gnomish race will be as good as new.
I guess I'll take the leather gloves. Non-unique, unique.
Off and away.
Let me install these gyromechanic gears and restabilization cogs, and we'll fire up the recombobulator. That should do the trick. Time to save the entire gnomish race. Here goes nothing. Oh, great.
Turned him into a chicken.
Back to the drawing board.
See, this is my problem with the gnomes.
Pretty close that time. I think we've almost got it. Precisely.
What? They're torturing this guy. They're just torturing him and experimenting on him. It's just, from a certain perspective,
Pleased to meet you.
maybe not the best look. just saying. You're really good at gnome voices? Yeah. I'm good at a bunch of voices. What do you mean? Where can I read this document? I'm almost certain that we did like a rundown of all these things in the Warcraft channel on my Discord. So if you join my Discord, there should be a link below that's like the link to all my stuff. And one of the links is to the Discord. And if you go to the Warcraft channel, you should be able to find I think it's in there. I'm not 100% sure if I saved it as a document or not. Oh, right. I'm crazy. But it should be in there. If not, maybe I'll sit down and really think about it and like make a spreadsheet. Lay on hands, as if I wasn't unkillable already. Oh man. And my devotion aura just increased because, you know, more armor because I wasn't unkillable enough already.
Feet on the ground.
All right, where am I going to put this panic button? I think I had it on F before. Here it is, hand of protection, targeted party member. So this one's 6 seconds. This one's also 6 seconds. This one's me only though. And this one can be used on a party member. So I need both. So we'll use this here. And Seal of Righteousness rank 2. Oh, you actually have to update your spells as a paladin? That's so lame. I hate that. Lay on hands, here we go. Usually put that on F, I think, as my panic button. Though sometimes I think I had it over here. Nothing's striking me in terms of muscle memory, so I'll just leave it there for now. All good. All good. But he's got a quest, but he's not giving it to me.
How are you?
What level do I need to be to get that quest? Like 12, maybe?
What's on your mind?
What is an ogre mage but a hairless bear with magic? It's not a bear at all. What are you talking about? I feel like gnomes themselves wouldn't mind being experimented on if it means a greater find. You're right, because they're robots. They wouldn't care. I recently completed Baylor on my Tauren. Great job on voicing Kilrog. I wouldn't have guessed that was you. Oh, thank you. Yes. Kilrog. That's one of the better ones. That was towards the end. So Kilrog and Parthenon, I think, were my two best. And that was because I'd been doing it for a couple years at that point. What's your best Gilnean accent? Oh, that's the Gilnean historian. I don't know. I kind of have to get into that one. Let me think. Now you have context. It doesn't make sense. Your context doesn't make any sense. While Classic is basically just pure cocaine, and each expansion adds more trash to the cocaine. So you mean crack. You're saying retail is crack, and Classic is cocaine. I see. I guess that makes sense. From a certain perspective. Dave.exe is launching. No, it is not. I'm not doing the Gilnean Historian. You can actually find the Gilnean Historian on the Everlook Broadcast YouTube channel, and I have it voiced there. Also, on my channel, there is a playlist that is all the voice acting that I've done for Everlook Broadcast, so you can find that as well. Do you remember the name of the archive so I can type on the search bar? No, I don't. You're going to make me look it up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It should be easy to find because I think I remember the name. Nope. Did I not pin it? Fuck. I'll be annoyed if we didn't save this conversation because I would have preferred to have it all in one list and not have to go over it again. Nope, I didn't save it. Fuck. Alright, never mind. We'll have to go over it all again. I don't know. I just don't like doing work for Warcraft for free. Work that will A, never be used, and B, no one will appreciate. You know what I mean? It's like... Because unless you're making a private server, you can't do anything with it. And if you're making a private server, the odds are you'll get shut down. Given a long enough timeline, I suppose. Alright, let's send these to Krizik so he can wear them. How am I losing money? Didn't I have 15 silver before? Is it because I bought that trash? Oh, well. Let's cook. Cook. WoW is addictive. That is true. Sometimes in a good way, it distracts you from negative things in life. Yeah. I would say that if you want to lose weight, World of Warcraft can be very helpful because you forget to eat, which I have now forgotten. If I order anything and my kids want something, then I'm going to be in trouble. So let me just check with them. Actually, Interesting. You should make it your goal to defeat Callisto and prove that you are the mightier. What the hell are you talking about? Stop with the bear stuff. Jesus Christ. Is it time to order pizza from a Thai company called Pizza Company? I mean, now that you mention it. Actually, I was kind of hoping to go to Japanese food, but I don't want to go alone. It's a little awkward if you go alone. So I was seeing if anyone was interested, but it doesn't look like I'll get a response. This conversation sounds to me like the Second Testament of the Bible. What the heck? It seems Project Ascension is next on the chopping block. Well, they made the unfortunate error of having people in the US, and it seems like most of them are in the US, and it seems like most of them just got doxxed. I'm hoping they're actually we're working on Ascension, and it's not a Shagu situation where they just name random people and assume that they can threaten enough people to make something happen. But who knows? They don't seem particularly shy about tossing allegations left and right at random strangers. Ironically, the thing with Shagu is he's not even a stranger. They should have known who he was and that he wasn't involved. Like, if anyone should have known who Shagu was and what he has done for World of Warcraft, it should have been Blizzard Entertainment. Naming him in the lawsuit like that was the most insane stupidity I've ever seen. I really feel bad for him, and I honestly think he could sue them for defamation. They fucking doxed him first and accused him of a crime that he had nothing to do with. So, to me, that would have been a defamation case. I hope they have apologized to him profusely and like maybe sent him a gift box or something. I don't know. Since they have his fucking address.
See you soon.
Sorry. Anyways. Who knows who they named in that lawsuit? If it's actually the Ascension people and they're all in the US, boy did they fuck up. Do not run a private server in the US. From the US. Or anywhere near the US. You're just asking for a lawsuit.
Great to meet you.
All right, what am I getting here? This is unique. I'll take it. Ironforge. Good. It's better than the Dwarven Kite Shield. But the Dwarven Kite Shield looks better. It's pink, though. Alright. Is everything northward? Yes. Because that's the Mountaineer in the southern guard tower. And I think the tower... See, it's one of the two towers on the border to Lochmadon. That's pretty far east. So why is he saying south? It's like through here. I think. The other thing is, like, the Paladin has a quest for me, so I'm a little bit worried about missing out on that. Anyways, I don't know if the lawsuit's actually naming the correct people in the Ascension lawsuit, but if it is, they have probably sufficiently shit their pants that they might have to drop everything and run, or if it's too late to run, to shut it all down or get their asses in prison. I doubt they have enough money to legally fight Microsoft's lawyers, which would go on for eternity and might have them sitting in a jail cell for the privilege of it without a bond. Who knows? Especially if they're determined to be a flight risk. And since it's Microsoft and everything runs on Microsoft software, who knows what the judge will rule. You can't expect them to not be biased. There's no actual legal system in the US. It's all just mega corporations and the politicians and judges they own. Oh, and the police that they also own. So pretty doomed. As a Brazilian, you think you can maintain a small private server and just be happy? I don't know. What is the state of private servers in Brazil? I would say whatever you do, be careful. And I don't think I would actually encourage anyone to create a private server and do anything public with it. That is to say, if you want to run a private server for your own like personal pet project, go for it. And then when you decided you found something cool or you've changed things enough that you think it could be reskinned and you want a new IP for it, hit me up if you don't have any ideas. I will give you a new IP and then you don't have to worry about it. And you can be legally distinct World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? There's just no reason to risk it. The people who have done it so far, as much as I respect what they created, it was ill-advised, to say the least. And, I mean, you can say they did what they had to do to get to a point where they could do their own thing, and that's certainly the case with the Turtle Well folks. Now they've got their own game studio and they have enough funding to at least get started on an MMORPG of their very own. So more power to them. That's a better outcome than most. Though, God, I wish they had listened to me and started working on it when I first mentioned it, which was at least 2 or 3 years ago. If they had started then, by now they would have at least something in alpha to show off. Nice. Oh, talent points. I forgot to get talent points. So as I recall, is it yeah. If I'm gonna go this way again, which I probably will, I think I need to rush to... I think it's this? The only problem is that I really, really, really love this, and I don't want to not have it. I don't want to not have this, so let me think here. Blessings of Might and Wisdom. This is what allows you to spell weave more, but it's not super great, to be honest. But we'll do this anyways. Because it can get you out of tough situations. I just want to have the paladin speed, even though it's not the build I will eventually go. I can reset it later when I have more gold income. The US is controlled by criminals, grifters, and pedos with their own Gestapo. Indeed. Indeed. Very sad state of things. You were trying to create a universe of your own, but at the end of the process, I realized that it was just Warcraft 3 at its core. So what? So what? What's Warcraft 3? Lord of the Rings at its core. Everything high fantasy derivative ends up being Tolkien. If you delve deep enough. If it's legally distinct, that's all that really matters. But again, if you're having trouble and you want help creating IPs, I've created a lot of IPs at this point. None of them wildly successful or anything. But it's something that I do in my spare time for fun. So if you would like your own legally distinct IP in a fantasy setting, all I really need from you is like some idea of your themes and way that you want to approach things, and if you have any specific gameplay or game design mechanics that you want to explore, I can provide. And then if you're wildly successful and make millions of dollars off of it, just, you know, don't forget me. Or at that point I'll probably be dead, so, you know, send a little to my family to keep them afloat while I'm gone. Everyone wants to make their own universe. Most people should not. I mean, yeah. Doing it well is a skill that takes time to develop. I've done it for basically my entire life at this point. But I would say done it consistently for 30-ish years, starting with like Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid and Shadowrun and all those. I never liked the core worlds that they gave you to work in, and I would always make my own. And that has stuck with me in terms of like, even when I'm working on Warcraft, I'd rather be doing my own thing. It was while I was in QA that I started developing the One True God franchise. If only we had a nice, successful RPG with its own extensive map editor. Sigh. RTS? Yeah, there you go.
What's on your mind?
What am I doing here? I'm like looking for quests and all of them are grayed out. Like, do you need to be level 12 to get the final quest or something? I guess this is all I have left. It's kind of strange. Kind of weird. Wait. What about the Paladin class trainer here? Surely there's some quests here. Is it the military ward or the mystic ward? Let's ask the guard.
What can I do for you?
Mystic. Wouldn't have guessed that. If you want the thing you create to succeed, you need to put a lot of love into it. 100%, yes. You have to care about each thing that you're working on. You have to care about it in some fashion. I think one of the skills that I've developed over time is being able to have that passion for whatever I'm creating at the time that I'm creating it. It's interesting. And I perhaps I have to recognize that that might be unique to me. Not everyone can do that. Or maybe they can, I don't know. To me, it comes very naturally. Like, if I'm creating something, I put a lot of care into it. The Azure Stone. What is the Azure Stone?
What's on your mind?
We dwarven mages are that of the Azure Stone Order. Long ago, when the very caves of Ironforge were being mined, we came across an old and rather magically potent stone. This stone was studied by the mages of Dalaran, and has been kept within our hands since that very day. It is with this stone that many of the first dwarven mages had gotten their footing within the realm of Arcana. If you see any of our kin that are naturally gifted with magic, guide them here.
Okay.
On your mind?
You found it? That's the story? He found it. They found it. That's why it's important. It's a big fucking glowing blue stone, and they just found it.
Well met.
Yeah. Moving on. Ability always trumps passion. That's how Brandon Sanderson gets the job done. He writes the same formula for all of his books, after all. He certainly has a formula. He has the online course, so you can learn how to create worlds the same way that he does. If you want the thing you create... Wait. Okay. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Oversaturation of the arts leads to the devaluation of the arts. Golbalar Quarry. Oh, that's right. There's a whole other questing area. Massey Wire Fuse in Tinkertown. Got like a pinched muscle or nerve. Amazon self-publishing. Oh, I don't want to do anything on Amazon. Surely there's better places to publish. Ideally something with editors and so that garbage doesn't seep through. I mean, Amazon self-publishing, that's got to be full of AI garbage at this point, right? That's just basically 1,001 computer-written novels. Oh, shit. It's fun that you said this because every 6 months I try to create a universe and always start with me complaining about WoW's actual state of lore. I mean, that's a good starting point. It's like if you love World of Warcraft and you hate the way that they've done the lore, then creating your own is the best way, is the best revenge, I suppose. And honestly, it allows you to fix all the mistakes that they made. Don't make the same mistakes. The thing the thing about Warcraft lore that people don't know or don't remember is that it really was like a mishmash of crap thrown together in Warcraft 1, like tropes from Dungeons and Dragons and various other things. Oh, it's the PvP stuff. Can you PvP at level 1? Or level 10? I don't think that would be worth it. I heard you can level up with it though, but not so sure that's a good idea. I guess if you go war mode and then do just PvP, maybe that makes some sense. Yeah, don't go with Amazon. Yeah, I'm just wondering what other publishing avenues there are these days. I'm sure there's plenty of online publishers at this stage. And there has to be. Earliest Warsong Gulch is 10 to 19, so I could do Warsong Gulch, but everyone would be really mad at me. That's what I'm hearing. Northwest of Brunel Village. No, you piece of shit. Let's go to Stormwind. Or I mean, it's right here. You practically handed the first part of a kids book series you started a while back. It can never unarchive it. What do you mean? Regardless of items levels. Right. Well, I'm level 11, so I guess I could jump into Warsong Gulch. I just don't think it's a good idea. Let's get the most annoying thing in the game.
Hey. Alrighty then.
So the interesting thing about the Ratcatcher's Flute is that it has some experimental stuff on it. And the fact that it makes a noise whenever you do it, and you can target yourself, and there's no cooldown, is interesting to me. It's almost worth it to me to keep it and not complete this quest and just have this noise-making device on me for the rest of the game. Do they hear me? I think Harry Potter was the first death knell of Western literature. It's just a Western isekai that appeals to the worst kind of millennials. Interesting. I don't go far because some designs are just too similar. Like, to me, the High Elf design is perfect. The glowing eyes, the vertically exaggerated ears, and things like that. The Orcs design, too. I don't know about that. I think there's plenty of new ways to go. Alright, so if I complete this quest, I lose this amazing, annoying device. I kind of want to keep this. So annoying, I love it. What if
You have a great day now.
I just cancel this? That's what I thought. So this is the other experimental part of this. It turns into a squirrel token, right? Normally, if you cancel a quest, it will just remove the item. This is the only quest in the game, I believe, that instead converts it into another item. This is one of those experimental things. And if you click it, it's a different text for the Deep Run Rat Roundup. or is it? Or is it the same? It might be the same.
Hi, how are you?
Let me see. If I accept it from him, he gives me another one. Well, that's interesting. Can I accept both? You're already on that quest. So, now what?
Pleased to meet you.
I have to go round up another set of rats. Which I'm not sure if they continue to spawn if they're currently captured. Now I've got 10. Can you see that I used to be QA? All right. So what happens when we turn this in? Will we get to keep the squirrel token is kind of my question. Later, Pedro. Have a good time studying. This isn't in vanilla. Keep it? Well, hold on. I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. Let me see what happens.
Off and away.
So it took the flute, but I got to keep the squirrel token. But I'm already on that quest. All right. So I don't get to keep the flute now. That's just funny. Normally, you would, if you accepted the quest from the squirrel token, it would give you the flute again. But not in this case. Take this crate of rats to them so they can make kebabs. I can't wait. All right, let's see. I remember that they fixed both sides of the tram. Before it was only the left side would work. I'm curious if both sides are working now. Oh, they are. Nice. So now that I've completed it, I guess this one won't work. That's unfortunate. But good to know. So if you want to keep the flute, you can't complete the quest. I wonder if I can reset the quest, though. Oh, I can learn the beer-based four ribs. That's good. It always annoyed me when the other quest designers gave you something that should be readable and they didn't write something. On my quests, if I give you something readable, you can read it every time. So, yeah. I know most people don't read it, but it's still nice for those who are like lore hounds. You might not be a fan of Harry Potter, but when you have a girlfriend that is and makes you take her to the Harry Potter movies, you kind of have to pretend to be. I mean, there's things to like about the Harry Potter universe. It's not totally without merit that it's an interesting world. It's just what I would say is it's kind of a poorly executed magic world and not really thought out all the way. But, you know, she was starving, so so Hmm. Okay. Here's some rat meat kebabs. Lovely. He didn't have a quest for me. That's upsetting. Squirrel token. Pretty sure there's like a Nomer Gone related quest somewhere over here. Or not. You don't care for her writing? The British are generally better at descriptive prose than Americans, but not Joe Rowling. Well, I honestly I could not get through the first Harry Potter book. It was really bad for me. You just have issues with the movie series. Some things don't make sense. There's a lot of things that don't make sense in the Harry Potter universe. It is a very poorly written magic world, and that's just people just get over it because it's magic. Ooh, just wave your hand and it goes away. But like there are they come across solutions to problems all the time in the movies that would completely undo everything that came before it. Like time travel and shit. It's just when you think about these things, like the solutions are as nonsensical as the world itself most of the time. Root vendor. Yeah. The nearby druid is not nearby at all. He's very far away. Magic and child endangerment. Yeah, well, yeah. Harry Potter got so sick of being a wizard that he graduated Hogwarts and became a skin. What? I don't think that's part of the lore, is it? But yeah, I tried reading the first Harry Potter novel to my daughter, and neither of us, neither of us particularly liked any of it. I mean, I couldn't really get through the first 2 chapters. It was a struggle. Though I struggle to read anything these days. I don't know. I think I've just burned out when it comes to reading. I did it all when I was younger and I don't know, more patient.
King's honor, friend.
Right. These are not going to be new. All right. I think all the same quests are on the paladin trainers. But I might have to go back for the paladin in the dwarven area and see. Again, though, I look much more like a barbarian than a paladin at this stage. I make you miss your high elf paladin? Oh, sorry. Well, you can come play one. You're a capybara, well, if you want. Have you read any of the first law books? I have not. I haven't done much reading in a very, very long time, and that's a me problem. All the time that I could be spending doing that, I instead play WoW, which is probably not good for me. How many hours do you think you've played WoW in total? I've seen that you have hundreds of multi-hour streams. You've definitely played before. Oh, God. Probably literally a year and a half of real-time actual playing over the course of my life. Minimum. I don't remember what Zenrai's last total was. I know it was like in the 90-day area. So if you take that, plus you take my original Eye Stabber, who I got all the way to 60, though didn't do much raiding with, and then you take Eye Stabber in the expansions, and then I then had a Death Knight, who I also got all the way to raiding and actually did raids with. I imagine it's a minimum 180 days. I imagine, but it's hard to say for sure. All right, it's one of these druids I need to talk to. Is it you? No?
I am listening.
Ah. No. Did she give it to me? Yes. All right. You're supposed to play RuneScape 3 so you can read the book you tried to pitch to Jagex. Interesting. So WoW has taken half a year of your life? Oh, I mean, if you include the time I worked on it, yeah, at least. Man, that's a lot. Yeah, it's probably too much. My only excuse is that I worked on it. So there's some justification there. And if I am going to make an MMO, obviously I would have to have a deep knowledge of WoW. But again, that's on hold, so we'll see if anything comes of Dead Gods in the future. You think I need another break? I think if I take another break, I'll probably shutter the stream for the day. Because I'm just gonna turn in this Apple guy quest and then go do something else. Apple a day. It's green. Lovely apple. 5% of health and mana. Well, that's an amazing gift. You should also probably like the taste of fruitcake. Okay. Because the fruitcake is the one that gives 5%. I thought the fruitcake gave 3%. Or no, I guess the fruitcake does give 5%. I guess they're saying that the fruitcake is made from this guy's apples. Is eating the apples of a sentient tree sort of like eating their aborted fetuses? Anyways. Here's some healing balm apple. He doesn't even sell them? Interesting. He'll give you 5, but he won't sell them to you. This is where you get the broom mount, I think. Yes. I'll remember that for later. I'll need it for a Halloween cosplay. A sentient tree? Do they come from the treants? No, he is a treant. You've seen streamers play for 12 to 14 hours straight for several days, and they've maxed out every race and every spec and completed 90% plus achievements. Yeah, I've seen those too. I'm not that hardcore. I sort of... I mean, I guess somewhat hardcore given how I played Zenrai, but overall I think I'm relatively not so over the top. I ran to the inn thinking I needed to be in an inn, but I forgot that the entire city is technically an inn. So as long as you're running through Stormwind, you're gaining blue XP.
What can I do for you?
Already known.
Have a good one. Can I help you?
Everyone's here cooking. I need Rhapsody Malt. Oh, shoot. I think that's only from that one inn.
I supply only the finest goods.
Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Guess what? Wait, what's this? Informant's belongings? What is that? I've never seen that before. Now I'm curious. I don't know what quest that's related to. Doesn't seem to be related to a quest. Informant's belongings. What does that mean? Is that a chest? Is that... let's go see. I like how WoW High Elves are low-key druids. This one treant seems like a guest from the Thalassian Highlands and either a new Ancient of Lore in the making or the new one they made up. Tune of Arcane. Yeah. Well, the High Elves were Night Elves at one point. They just chose to use arcane magic. Oh, it's locked. So it is because of my dwarven ability. Find treasure. That's just funny. That's just funny. I didn't know that that could find things like that. I guess it makes sense. It's a chest. Just strange that it's a... I think it's a quest item. Blizzard should have gone ham and made Blood Elf druids. They just stole the nature magic to be them. Oh my god. I mean, they are doing weird things with the elves, like the void elves and shit. I don't know what that is about. It's like whatever elves draw power from becomes their thing, I guess. Where do I want to adventure? Do we stick to the Dwarven lands, or do we go here and... Maybe that's a question for another day. I'm going to call it here. Because I haven't eaten yet, and probably should. Obligatory played before you end the stream and check the death counter. You want to check the death counter? 0. Oh, wrong way. 0 deaths. 5 hours. Level 10. 11. I mean, it's a paladin. It's a paladin, so 0 deaths makes a lot of sense. Aren't some of the spells druids and priests use arcane? I think they're supposed to be moon magic. Like moon flare, is that what you're talking about? And starfall? I think they're related to Elune. Moonfire and starfire. Yeah, they're not light or arcane. They're moon magic. Anyways, I'm gonna go. See you guys later. Hail Hydra.